Time for the only radio show of its kind. Auctioneers of antiques, collectors of cool, veterans of vintage. It's the Donley Auctions Hour on AM 560, The Answer. For the next hour, enjoy great information about buying and selling antiques and collectibles, and some interesting stories. Now, the Donley Auctions Hour.
Welcome to the Donley Auctions Hour. Thank you for joining us. We are here every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. I'm Susan. I'm here with Randy Donley, and we are the owners of Donley Auctions in Union, Illinois. We're just 60 miles west of Chicago, folks. We're here today to help you determine if you have any valuable items at home that you may want to sell at auction. Hi, Randy.
Hey, Susan.
We're back after a busy week of the annual Spring Classic, a 3-day auction. That's done. A lot of things happening at Donley Auctions.
Yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, last week, we had Jeffrey Sanfilippo on the air with us.
Well, you know, I want to talk. First, I want to thank Jeffrey for all of his time and everything. But I had people say to me after the show, you know, you were talking about Jeffrey as if we knew what the Sanfilippo estate was. And it occurred to me that, gee, we didn't explain that Jeffrey's collection started with steam engines years ago. 40 years ago, his father collected a huge assortment of steam-powered equipment, and then he got into antique music.
Automatic music,
with antique phonographs, music boxes, orchestrions, huge musical instruments and equipment.
Band organ? Yeah.
And the world's finest, the absolute world's finest organ. Mm-hmm. It's just absolutely incredible what's all in the estate. Antique architecture, antique leaded glass. I mean, just the most incredible estate. It's truly an American palace.
That's right. And it's located in Barrington. If you go to Sanfilippo organization, sanfilippofoundation.org. Go to their website. You can get tours, tickets for the upcoming concerts, things like that. It's just such a bucket list item, folks. Do your homework. Check out the Sanfilippo estate this summer. You will not regret it. But thank you again, Jeffrey, for joining us last week. And what else is going on, Randy? So much here at work these days.
Well, actually, we're right in the middle of an auction right now as we speak. We're about 300 items in to our Saturday gun auction, taking place right as we're speaking right now. And, of course, that goes on today and tomorrow. We've got guns and ammo today.
Yes.
And military relics all day tomorrow on Sunday.
Right.
Just an absolutely incredible, collection. But we do have Neal with us today here in the studio. And Neal, you can tell us more also about what's going on with our gun auction taking place right now.
That's right. First of all, the gun auction started at 10 a.m. this morning. It is live, and it's online on 4 different bidding platforms across the world. We have thousands of bidders right now. And we're, like you said, Randy, we're about 300 lots in because we always start with firearms first. So what's left out there in those last 100 guns, Neal?
Well, hello, everybody. I've got...
Hi, welcome.
You know me, Thank you. You know, I'm kind of a geek when it comes to 22s. I've got a lot of collectible 22s, including some from the turn of the century. I've got hunting rifles left. I've got a lot of military rifles like Mausers and M93s. Antique cowboy lever guns are still coming up, too.
Well, so right now, if people want to tune into the auction, they can go to their computers. If they're not already coming out to our place, they can get online right now simply by going to DonleyAuctions.com. Correct, Susan?
That's right. And then on our website, there's a button that says Firearms and Ammo Auction. It's a big red button. Click on that. It'll take you to the auction that's live right now. You can actually see Greg, our auctioneer, live. You can place bids immediately on any of those items you see. You can search for lots if there's anything in particular you're looking for. And you can give us a call at 815-923-7000 if you just don't have time and you want to throw an absentee bid on something.
Sure.
We'll take your bids over the phone as well.
And Neal, besides guns, what else is going up today?
Oh, I've got some great ammo coming up. I've got modern ammo, collectible, military, all kinds of reloading components and accessories. I've got cases.
Yeah, how many gun cases we got out there? I see a few.
We've got quite a few. I've got long gun, handgun cases, hard, soft, leather, aluminum, custom fitted for guns like takedown shotguns. I got some great stuff up there.
The beauty of those gun cases, everybody should have them in case whenever you're ready to sell your single item or collection, you'll have gun cases to put them in, much easier to transport if they're in a gun case.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't mention, too, I've also got knives.
Wow.
Knife collection coming in. We've had, like, Microtex and Benchmates. Did you ever have a chance? There's a William Henry in there.
Wait, did you say knives?
Fantastic. Yes, ma'am.
Knives, that's right. We do have hundreds of knives in this auction
now,
as well.
Does that come up today on Saturday, or are the knives on Sunday?
It's today. Knives today, like switchblades and machetes and things like that. I don't know what kind of knives they are. Sharpie things. And then tomorrow is more military-related, bayonets and swords and those type of edged weapons. So today is more hunting knives.
Oh, absolutely. There's some great names. They're all, like, brand new. They're beautiful, beautiful knives still in the boxes.
Well, yeah, you know, so many times we get into homes to pick up guns, and of course the gun collectors always had knives with them. Also, I can't, so many of these collectors, I think, really got tied into home shopping network situations because you see the quantity of knives we pull out of houses. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. I think we're all kind of guilty of that.
That's right. There are 800 lots today. So at 1 o'clock today, we're probably into 300 lots. So 500 more items to go, folks. Get on our website at Donley, DONLEY, auctions.com. Let's get you some firearms or ammo today.
And of course, tomorrow on Sunday, we've got a great selection of military relics. I mean, there's anything that you could imagine in German, Japanese, American, primarily World War II. And, there's helmets, swords. I mean, I couldn't believe the nice collection of Japanese samurai swords that I saw out there on the counters.
Oh, yeah, there's bids on those already, too.
So, again, go to the website, look at everything. And, Neal, correct me. The cannons that we have coming up, they're on Sunday, correct? They don't go with the guns today on Saturday.
Correct. We save those for all the militaries. Probably one of the coolest ones we have is a 1917 U.S.-made Argentine cannon, a mountain gun. Fantastic 3-inch gun out there.
And if you go to our Facebook page, you can see photos of Tucker, the auction dog, standing next to it. It's a beautiful item. And what I learned about it is that they used to take it apart during the war and
transport it.
Transport it on pack animals and then put it back together again when they got to their destination.
And in one circumstances, weren't you reading, Neal, that there was actually a instance where they had one man carrying this cannon?
During my research, I found a photo of this guy with this cannon on his back, the entire chassis and everything. This thing has to be 600-700 pounds.
Oh, my gosh. Boy, we thought our jobs were hard.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I can't imagine climbing a mountain with a cannon on my back.
Right.
So do we have time to talk about the Spanish-American War relics
I'd like to save that for the next segment. Hey, Neal, can you hang with us for a few more minutes? I want to talk about some other things that's been going on in the firearm world. But real quick, too, we are still taking consignments for firearms, ammunition, military, because we have a July auction coming up. So it's never too early for that.
Well, yeah. Aren't you actually out on the road picking guns up right now for July?
All the time. And I've already started getting a nice collection for July. We've got some neat stuff coming in. So,
and it's one thing I like, especially for the ladies to hear out there, is that there's no need to worry about how you get the items to us because gun collections will come out and always, Neal and I or one or the other will come out first and evaluate the collection for you, explain all the steps and everything. But we will definitely do pickups on gun collections.
That's right. And the easiest thing to do, you can call us at 815-923 ask for Neal or Randy, and all you have to say is, I have a gun collection, and we will get them on the phone immediately. It's that easy, isn't it, Neal?
It really is. I do all the work for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And mentioning all the work, you do all the paperwork, which is so important.
Oh, God, yeah. Lots and lots of paperwork with guns in the industry.
We have a federal firearms license, and it's very important. We are complying with all the laws for you.
As they change daily, it seems, around here, huh?
Gosh.
Don't get me started on Illinois.
I do everything I can to keep up with it.
But thanks, Neal. That's what we appreciate you doing for us, making sure we're in compliance with the wonderful ATF. Our gun and military auctions are fantastic, folks. Never too early to consign with Donley Auctions. Go to DonleyAuctions.com. You are listening to the Donley Auctions Hour here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're right here on AM 560, The Answer.
They've been called auctioneers of antiques, collectors of cool, even veterans of vintage. And they can introduce themselves. Thanks for listening. This is the Donley Auctions Hour on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to the Donley Auctions Hour. You're here today with Susan and Randy Donley of Donley Auctions in Union, Illinois. We have Neal with us today. He is our gun expert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extraordinaire. Handles all of our paperwork regarding firearms, pickups, deliveries, the 4473 forms. He does it all, folks. Neal's the guy you want to talk to if you have any firearms that you would like to consign to one of our upcoming auctions. So, Neal, tell us what's coming up in July.
I have already got some great stuff coming up. We have a Martini rifle, which is very unusual, Remington rolling blocks. I've got a French Berthier with a bayonet. Very neat guns. We already have a couple Garands.
Yeah, well, you showed me that.
Stuff.
You showed me that Garand with the scope on it. Is that actually a sniper rifle?
It sure is. It's an M1D sniper rifle that was made. They usually took World War II surplus rifles, and they built them for Korea and Vietnam as sniper rifles.
Neal, when that gun came in, you were like a kid in a candy store. Susan, look what I have. Check this out. Let me show you what it is. And he gave me the whole story on this beautiful sniper rifle. It's pretty awesome.
I was surprised at how heavy that gun was, Neal. Yeah. I mean, I'm used to handling World War II weapons, but this just seemed exceedingly heavy. It wasn't just because of the scope. I mean, I'm surprised, really, the weight of a Garand rifle.
Garands are heavy to start out with, but these guns, once you start adding the accessories to it, the cheek rise, the mount, the scope, I almost wonder if the barrel's thicker also. Being an accurized barrel, that could be part of it. I don't know that for a fact, but it is a heavy gun. I'd hate to carry it in the field for a long period.
Oh, no kidding. But just a reminder, everybody out there, if you have anything in firearms or weapons of any kind, of course, weapons and military relics, we're already collecting up for July. So it's never too early. And I'm surprised at the direction that Donley Auctions is really taking, because already, just in the last few years, a full 1/3 of our business is just in firearms alone, and that seems to be a trend. I mean, the firearm business is really amazing, and something to expand on for us. So,
and now's the time to put them in auction. It's the best place to sell them. I hate to say it, but ladies, if your husband passes away, he's got a nice collection. We're the guys to call. We're here to help you, because we have buyers from all over the world. I mean, we're shipping stuff to FFLs in the United States every single auction. So definitely give us a call at 815-923-7000. Real quick, Neal, I know you had gone to an ATF conference recently. How did that go? What was that all about?
Real well. Like you were saying earlier, laws change almost on a daily basis. And so ATF and Illinois State Police got together and had a conference, basically a Q&A conference and refresher meeting. As of January 1st, ATF changed their 4473 forms, their background check forms, and they went through all the changes and new compliance issues with those. We went over some of the new Illinois laws. As everybody knows that follows that, it's up for grabs anyways right now.
Right.
We don't know what's going on for them. But as a representative of Donley, I keep going to conferences, updates, refresher lessons, just to make sure that we stay compliant with both ATF and Illinois State Police for firearms, ammo, everything. So
that's right. Thank you. And I know for this auction this weekend, we are requiring everyone to have a FOID card in the state of Illinois, even to buy ammunition.
Even to buy ammo. Right. Explain what that's all about. We actually have to now.
It's just a quick check to make sure the FOID card is valid.
Right. So, but yes. I mean, we've always been able to check people's FOID cards just by a glance, but now they're requiring us to actually make a phone call.
A verification, yes.
It's a verification.
It's not a phone
actually
call.
Online. Yeah, it's online. It's just a quick verification that your card is still valid. I know a lot of people worry that Big Brother's watching. It's more of just to make sure your card is still valid. They don't ask what you're buying, how much you're buying, anything like that.
Okay.
It's just to verify that the card is still valid.
Right, because people have revoked cards that we don't know about.
Right. Wow.
So that gives us the red flag if it is. So thank you, Neal, for keeping us in compliance. We really appreciate it. So, folks, we're the guys where we know we need to do it to make sure it is safe for everyone.
So we were talking a little bit about the Span-Am grouping, Spanish-American War.
Yeah, we have this fantastic Span-Am battle flag grouping coming up in our auction Sunday, tomorrow. And I took a picture of that with Tucker for our Facebook page. And then I started doing some research on it. The story is fascinating. What do you know about that flag, Randy?
Well, we do know that it's a 45-star battle flag that, is from the Spanish-American War. But not only the flag, we actually have a uniform that charged up San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt, a gentleman from Hampshire, Illinois, made the charge, and we have his jacket and hat, and we're going to be selling that this Sunday, tomorrow.
Right. And the beauty of these items, they all have the provenance with it.
Right.
So we always keep hammering everybody, if you have things to sell, if you have provenance with it, it just makes it that much more valuable and interesting to our buyers, for sure.
It surely is. And then, Neal, we've got some great items coming up in the July auction. We've mentioned this on other shows, but can't talk about it enough. Wyatt Earp's gun, Wyatt Earp's vest. I mean, wow, where do you find this kind of stuff?
What kind of gun is it?
The gun is actually a Colt #1 Derringer in 41 caliber, and it's very, very unusual. The gun itself is very unusual, very rare. And to have the provenance that comes with it, showing it's Wyatt Earp's, that's just unbelievable.
So it's actually like a small little gambler pistol, isn't it? I mean, it's
exactly a little vest pocket type gun.
Yeah.
Definitely a museum piece,
without a doubt. Really or a great man cave item. It's just a fabulous piece. And then of course we also acquired Clyde's pistol from Bonnie and Clyde fame. That's coming up in July also.
No kidding.
It sure is.
And isn't that a Colt also?
That's a Colt 896 New Army and Navy double-action revolver. Clyde was very particular about his guns. He liked, I guess you could say, modifying them. Bob the Hammer cut off the trigger guard, cut the barrel, and it's seen battle. It's worn, and it's neat to see. So.
And there's even a handwritten note from Clyde himself when he actually gave this pistol away to somebody in Missouri. Again, provenance.
Was this used in any of the robberies? Well, the movies, or is just part of his collection?
Well, it wouldn't be in any of the movies because, of course, it was Clyde, so it's not a movie gun.
I mean,
it's not a movie prop. It's the real deal. But what he used it for, what we don't know. That's lost to history forever.
I see. Okay.
But we can prove it was his pistol.
Provenance is everything. Really cool. That's right. So that's coming up for auction on Sunday. That's tomorrow. Again, go to our...
No, that goes in July.
Oh, July. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. July, yes.
The July auction, which I don't know if we've confirmed the dates yet. It's either the second or third week in July. We're going to check that it's at the 20th or 21st. I want to confirm that next week.
So keep going to DonleyAuctions.com. Look at our website and see what's coming up, because we've got all kinds of great auctions coming up.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we have some auctions that aren't even posted yet. We have a Black Americana collection. We have a Playboy magazine and illustration art
Absolutely.
auction coming up.
One of the illustrators for Playboy magazine, as he passed away, he left all of the original artwork to his nephew, who has now consigned it. And it's a one-of-a-kind collection you'll never find. This is all the original art from Playboy magazine.
Wow. Yeah, that's coming up yet. We haven't set a date for that. And then we have an aviation collection. So we're looking for some more items to add to that auction. So that's our foundation. So if you have anything out there, again, you can email us at consign@DonleyAuctions.com and send us some pictures. We'd love a few photos. Give us an idea, a little bit of a description, background. Then we'll give you a call to work out next steps, if it can be delivered or if we need to pick it up, things like that. So auctions every month, plus a few online auctions in between. Always check our website.
Right. We're always looking for that unusual item. So what do you have? Let us know.
But you know what's coming up next in our next segment? Don't go anywhere. Listen to this. I need to learn more about this, too. The Lost Victor Archives, because we have a June phonograph auction coming up, June 14th and 15th, folks. And Randy's going to talk about that in our next segment. Neal, thank you so much for joining us today. Get back to work, buddy, and go get some more firearms. You're listening to the Donley Auctions Hour right here on AM 560, The Answer.
You're listening to the Donley Auctions Hour on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to the Donley Auctions Hour. You're here with Susan and Randy of Donley Auctions in Union, Illinois. We have a fantastic auction coming up in June, antique phonographs and music.
Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this, because we have skipped right over in our last segments. We keep talking about the next gun auction being in July, and we haven't mentioned June. We've got June coming up with antique phonographs and music boxes and so on. And my brother Mike is here with us to talk about some really, really rare pieces that we have in this June auction.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. Tell us about the two collections that we have.
Yeah. Hi, guys. How you doing? So what we got coming up in June is actually two collections of dealers who have unfortunately passed away, one from Milwaukee and one from Western Springs. And we're going to be featuring their collections. In addition to some really early and rare machines that are going to be coming out, we have some literature and some early letters that are very interesting here. For instance, we have one here, a handwritten letter from Thomas Edison to a man by the name of TBA David. This was in 1877. Now, mind you, at this point, Edison had just finished inventing the phonograph, and he hadn't even invented the light bulb yet. He was working on the telephone, trying to perfect the telephone, which Alexander Graham Bell had just invented. But it was not without its problems. So Edison was trying to improve on that for the sound, and he has a handwritten letter here. Now, again, at this point, Thomas Edison is still not busy enough that he's still able to correspond by writing his own letters, which is really, really unusual. And in this letter, he's telling this TBA David, who was opening up one of the first telephone exchanges in Pittsburgh in 1877, that he had just finished the new improved transmitters and receivers, and telling him how good they are and how clear and crisp they are. So this letter will be coming up.
Is it handwritten?
Very, very rare.
Is that a handwritten letter, Mike, or is that
absolutely handwritten? I mean, typewriters were just starting to come in about that time. So, but a lot of times, what would happen is people who were too busy would dictate a letter. Dictate a letter to a secretary, and then they would sign it. But this is all in Edison's handwriting, which is very unusual. There's very few of these on the open market and in private hands. And the subject matter that it talks about is very historic. So it's a very important letter. That's going to be coming up in the June auction.
That's right. And June 15th.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
What history?
It's a Thursday.
What history? It's just absolutely amazing that these things still exist in the private sector, that it's not all bought up by institutions and museums.
Well, yeah, the thing is that so much of this was bought up, it's coming out of collections now that was bought up 50 and 60 years ago when these guys were first starting to collect, and they get in their 80s and 90s and pass away, so it comes back on the market. And it's not that institutions won't bid on this stuff. So they're as big a bidders as the private market. So, there's a chance that this could go to an institution and then be taken off the market forever. So what else have you got coming up? I mean, you got the Edison letter. Right next to it, I have here an Alexander Graham Bell letter. Again, this was in 1881. He had the telephone was pretty much on its way by that point, but he was working on the photophone, which was wireless transmission, and he's writing a letter to a man, Isaac Norris, who ran called the Franklin Institute. It was a scientific institute, and he was publishing an article in there. So he's writing him a letter about this upcoming article. And again, this one here is handwritten, but this one has been written by a secretary and then signed by Alexander Graham Bell. It's with the envelope and everything. So that's a pretty cool piece. Alexander Graham Bell's signatures are just as rare as Edison's. I mean, you don't find them at all. So what else we got? The big thing is in the Victor Talking Machine Company, which was incorporated in 1901. They were the ones really came out with the disc record and such and changed the format from cylinder to disc record.
Now, if I could jump in there for our listeners, Victor Phonograph became RCA. Is that correct? I mean, most people would know them as the big RCA corporation of today.
Correct. That did not happen until 1926, though. Anyway, the company was formed in 1901. They had a devastating fire at the factory in 1904, and then it was sold to RCA Radio Corporation of America in 1926. They actually merged and called it RCA Victor at that point. When RCA abandoned the Camden, New Jersey plant where Victor Talking Machine had built all their phonographs, they told somebody to clean out the vault. And rather than throw it all in the trash, this guy was astute enough to bring it home. And what he has is all the early corporate records from 1901 to 1926 of the Victor Talking Machine Company. And the first minutes of the meeting where they're actually putting the company together. So very historic stuff.
And so now it's all at Donley Auctions, and it's going to be offered for sale in June.
June 15th at our Antique Phonograph and Music Auction. Check our website at donleyauctions.com. That's DONLEY. We are working on the catalog now, folks, so keep an eye on the website. We'll have everything online in the next week or so. Great collection. It is a live auction. You can come out to Union, Illinois live and look at all the machines and everything. We'll have it all online, different bidding platforms. But, Mike, we'd like to have you come back in the next segment, so don't go anywhere, folks. Join us after the break. You're listening to the Donley Auctions Hour every Saturday on AM 560, The Answer.
And now, more of the Donley Auctions Hour on AM 560, The Answer.
Hi, thanks for sticking with us during that break. I'm Susan here with Randy Donley of Donley Auctions. But Mike Donley is with us today, Randy's brother. These two antique music phonograph extraordinaires, they've had a museum at the Wild West Town, I don't know, for 40-something years. These guys know their antique music.
Well, our father collected before us antique phonographs, and he was internationally known for his collection of phonographs, and now we carry on the legend of now selling off all of our father's friends' collections.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's what we're doing. Two people have passed away, and we're selling their collections. So, Mike, let's talk about a few of the extremely rare phonographs that are coming up. I mean,
okay. Yeah. Well, we have there's quite a variety here, from the early cylinder machines into the disc machines and such. We have one of the first jukeboxes, actually, the hexaphones. That played 6 different cylinders.
And actually, we're going to be selling 2 of them this weekend.
We have 2 of them, yeah, which is highly unusual, but one from each collection.
Even rarer than that, there's an autophone, isn't there?
Yeah, which I think that plays 12 cylinders or something.
It does. I have to say it's probably 10 times rarer than a hexaphone, which is rare in itself.
Well, the first one I've ever had an opportunity to sell, yeah.
Sure. And what about that amazing
Let me just ask real quick. What does something like that go for, a hexaphone?
Well, now's the time to buy. If anybody wants to buy a hexaphone, right now's the time to buy because, unfortunately, they're down in price. You can pick up a hexaphone for, $3,500 to $6,000 when they used to be $10,000 all day long.
Wow. Good to know.
But, Mike, what about that electric phonograph? It's actually battery operated, that Edison Class M.
Yeah, well, Edison, when he first invented the phonograph, he never thought of it as a music machine for entertainment. He thought of it as a business machine. So the first phonographs were actually sold to businesses for the owner to dictate a letter by recording onto a wax cylinder, and then the secretary would play it back wearing headphones and then transcribe it, either writing it or typing it. So the actual first phonographs were not made for music. They were made for business purposes. And we have one here in the auction. It's, like Randy said, it's an Edison Class M, probably one of the nicest original ones you've ever seen. I mean, it had all the accessories, the speaking tube, the headphones, the batteries. I mean, it is just a museum piece. It's really outstanding. And they're pretty rare. They don't come up that often.
And I think what most people don't realize, they're used to an antique phonograph being hand crank. But in fact, Edison invented his phonographs. He went from direct drive to electric first, where you had to have a battery to operate it. And batteries were very dangerous at that time with the acids and everything that were required to operate battery-operated appliances. So the hand crank was put in years later so that it could be sold to the public.
Right, yeah. They actually took a technological step backwards. Like you say, the batteries were not like we know them today, little small portable cells. They were actually a big pottery jar that you filled with acid, and you had the fumes going. If you knocked them over, you're spilling sulfuric acid all over it. They were very dangerous. So until the time came when people had electricity in their homes, they had to take that step backwards to get it out to the masses and into the rural areas.
Yeah, that's really an amazing feature that the electric came first, and then hand crank was thereafter. So. Mm-hmm.
And that was all put out by Victor Talking Machine. They were the ones. It was Eldridge Johnson with Emil Berliner who actually came up with the wind-up spring motor to power the phonograph. So in 1901.
And that's also goes back to some of the paperwork. You actually have some Emil Berliner handwritten letters, or at least his autographs in the literature for this auction, correct?
Yeah, we have a letter from Emil. He was the one who actually invented the disc record, the flat record as we know it today, and it was a partner by the name of Eldridge Johnson who made the mechanism to play it. But Emil Berliner held the patent for the disc record. And yeah, we have a letter from him talking about payments for materials, for record materials here. And it's a typed letter, but it's signed by him in 1930. Emil Berliner actually went on to invent the microphone and also helicopters too. He was a very important inventor. Which doesn't get a lot. Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of acknowledgement. But so, he's a very important person.
Yes. So phonograph records, as we know it, the cylinder came out. Edison invents the phonograph in 1877. It starts with cylinders, and the flat record, or the disc record, as we know it, didn't come out until what, about 1895?
In 95, 98, they started appearing on the market. Yeah, around then.
And some of those records, now you have a large collection available at this auction of original Berliner records. And Berliner records, Emil Berliner records can go, anywhere from as little as $25 on up to the thousands.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, depending on how the rarity of the titles and the condition of them. Yeah, we probably have, maybe 100 of them, which is, again, a good-sized collection to come up. And as far as records, don't forget, too, we even have a couple of early Chuck Berry records from that were pressed here in Chicago. One of his first, Maybelline, which was his first hit, and it was pressed here in Chicago on a record company called Chess Records. So,
and I saw albums and albums full of early original Elvis Presley records. So, I mean, it's the whole gamut. We've got very early, very rare, and then right on to more modern and very collectible. But we're going to have to take a break here.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for joining us. We appreciate that information. It was like a little history lesson today. So we're talking about that auction is in June. And folks, mark your calendar. That's June 14th and 15th. It's a Wednesday and a Thursday, not a weekend. So we'll have more information on that on our website at donleyauctions.com. You're listening to the Donley Auctions Hour. Don't go anywhere. We still have a few more things to talk about today. But we're right here every Saturday on AM 560, The Answer.
The Donley Auctions Hour continues now on AM 560, The Answer.
We are back with the Donley Auctions Hour. We're here today talking about upcoming auctions, and we'd like to be very specific about some items that you may have in your home, your garage, your attic, that would be extremely valuable and great items to put in an upcoming auction.
I'm Randy Donley here with my brother Mike. And Mike, you know, it's not too soon for us to be talking to people about our big November auction. I mean, that's in auction world just a stone's throw away. What kind of items should we be asking people for right now? I mean...
We'll see. Well, you know, obviously slot machines, jukeboxes, things like that. But automobiles, I mean, and they don't have to be antique in the sense that you know, from the 20s or the 30s. The hot cars right now are from the 60s, actually.
60s and 70s, sure.
Cars and you know, and any of the advertising that goes with it, you know, or the gas pumps, the signs, the oil cans, you know, that's all collectible.
What you and I find all the time, Mike, when we get out, is that there are garages and buildings all over the city of Chicago where people have 20, 30, 40 cars and a half a dozen gas pumps and Petroliana signs and everything. I mean, those are the kind of collections we're looking for.
Right. I also know you guys are always looking for bars and back bars.
Yeah. How many bars have we pulled out of Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin over the years? And many.
And Cicero in Chicago. I mean, that's
big,
what
heavy
we've done
stuff.
for
Yeah, big or
years.
small, Donley Auctions does it all. That's for sure.
So what else can you think of right now? I mean, let's let our listeners know. I mean, there's all kinds of great merchandise out there that we need for November.
Well, you know, architectural is always good. I mean, we've sold flank Lloyd Wright light fixtures. We've sold, you know, building fragments and such like that of very famous buildings in Chicago.
And chandeliers, leaded glass. I mean, you name it, we're looking for it, and we can turn it into big money for you. And we always use the catchphrase, we'll make it fit in your wallet.
I would say narrowing it down to anything that's really coin-operated, anything from the circuses, carousel animals, vintage pinball machines, kiddie rides.
Yeah, pinball machines are good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything from the carnivals and circuses, too,
right.
Sure.
If people with their cell phones, just take a shot, take a simple picture and text it to us and say, what do you think? I mean, we'll give you our opinion.
And, Mike, what about motion picture items? I mean, we're always looking for projectors and cameras and things that actually filmed early movies. Anything in posters that we should be looking for?
Well, posters, yes. You know, posters, again, that's a whole specific item there. The early stuff is all collected up. I mean, things from the silent era and such like that. But people have posters in their homes from, you know, Star Wars movies and such like that are very, very valuable because of people are collecting them. Anything from 60s and 70s movies are hot right now as far as posters.
Yeah.
Vintage, not antique.
Here we go. It's almost time. You know, our show is over. We never have enough time.
I know. But I want to give everybody the basic information again. Call us, 815-923-7000. If you're on your phone and you want to text photos to Randy or Mike, give us a call. We'll give you their number in private. Otherwise, go to our website at donleyauctions.com. There's a form you can fill out. You can email us at consign@donleyauctions.com. Plenty of ways. We'll give you a call. We'll give you next steps, figure out what you need to do with your stuff so we can make it fit into your wallet. In the meantime, we have auctions coming up. You can bid live, online, absentee bids, phone bids, lots of options there, folks. And tune in next week. We will have another show about something interesting as well. But for now, I'm Susan.
And I'm Randy Donley.
And we'll see you at the auction.
Thanks for listening to the Donley Auctions Hour on AM 560, The Answer. Check out all the latest information on upcoming auctions and collectibles at DonleyAuctions.com. And while you're there, you can contact someone about buying or selling your collectibles or estates. That's DonleyAuctions.com.